Hey guys, welcome back to another cardio workout. So this is kind of part 2 to one that I posted pretty recently, hence why I'm wearing the same outfit. It was a longer workout that I have now just split into 2. So we're getting straight into it, no warm up. We're starting with a gentle jog and then some side taps, starting with the right and then moving to the left. If you haven't done a warm-up, I highly recommend you stop, you go and do a warm-up. I do have a warm-up video that you can try before jumping back in with these jumping jacks that we are going to do. If you need to modify your jumping jacks, you can just step out one leg to each side rather than jumping them. After this, we're moving on to some twist jumps. So keeping those elbows nice and lifted, you want to twist your hips from side to side, keeping your shoulders facing the front. Again, if you can't jump this, you can just step this out, just pad this out if you can't actually take the jump due to an injury. Okay, moving on. We are taking one of our legs back and pulling the knee forward. And we're also adding a little hop. We did this move in the previous cardio workout, but I don't think we added the hop. So now we're just taking it up a notch before going back to some jumping jacks. Jacks are such a simple move, but they really do get the whole body involved. Next up, twist jumps. Try and keep the feet as close together as possible whilst you're doing these. And we're just going to do some marches on the spot. Get your breath back. We are not done yet. This is a 10-minute workout and we're about 2 minutes of the way in. We're going to move on to side taps. So using the arms here, getting that nice sweeping motion with the arms. You want to step that leg out as far as you can. Next up, we're moving on to a box step. So like always, make sure you get those legs nice and wide. Punch those arms right out in front of you. If you can't manage the arms as well, just focus on the feet. Let's head back to some jacks. Whilst you're doing these jumping jacks, I want you to try and make your hands touch above your head before bringing them back down. This is so that you're making the most of the full range of movement before moving on to these twist jumps. Apologies for the focus in this bit. Okay guys, not to worry, we're going down onto the floor. We're going into some mountain climbers. You might not be able to see me perfectly, but I am right here with you telling you what to do. Keep going with those mountain climbers. Drive those knees in towards the chest. And we're going to jump back up and go straight into a box step. Let's go back to that right leg, side tap and draw the knee in and onto the left. This is actually a great move for the abs because every time you pull the knee in, you're having to contract the stomach. Back to our jumping jacks. Okay guys, moving on to our heel digs. So with the right leg and then the left. 8 heel digs with the right, 8 with the left, adding that little bounce in each time. If you can't add the bounce due to injury, just do the heel digs. Okay guys, we're gonna move on to a new step. Our feet are just bouncing forward and back and we're adding a punch when we do this. Okay, so we're coming towards the screen, punching and then doing exactly the same thing, going back and punching. Take your focus with you, forward and then back. This is going to make sure that your arms, your shoulders and your hips are all going in the right direction. Again, if you can't do the jump with this, just step it forward and back. But if you can, I want to see you jump in because next up we're going on to those heel dips once again. And onto the left leg. And back. Okay guys, nothing with the feet now. We are just going to use the arms. We're going to do our single, double punches. Let's really twist that torso. Let's get the core involved, get those arms involved, give the legs a little bit of a rest, but making sure we are still twisting those hips. We're back in with our jumping jacks. Stay with me, we're about halfway through. If you do need to stop and have some water, then you can do. But if not, try your hardest to stay with me. Let's move on to some twist jumps. Guys, we're going into high knees. Let's get those knees as high as possible. You might have to dig deep now, but you can do this. And let's move on to those butt kicks. So getting those feet right behind, placing your hands over your bum, kicking your hands. Before we go back into that side tap with lifted knee, get that knee right to the chest. Keep using those arms. They're going to help drive that knee forward. Okay guys, we're back in with our jumping jacks. We've only got a few minutes left. Try and stay with me. And back to those twist jumps. Something as simple as twist jumps can feel such a struggle when you start to get tired, but you need to dig deep because we're about to go onto the floor and do some mountain climbers. Here we go. Yes, just stick with your rhythm. Tell your body it can do it and it will. We've got a few more before we come up onto our feet and go back into our jumping jacks. Jumping jacks, as always, are followed by our twist jumps. Guys, you're so near the end. Please don't give up now. Let's just pad the feet out. We are going back in a minute. Ready for your last little push before we're done. Let's make those jogs a little bit bigger. Let's make that bounce a little bit higher. Are you ready? We are going back in with jumping jacks. Here we go. Last push. And on to twist jumps. I promise you guys, you are so nearly there. Let's get back down onto the floor. Let's smash out some burpees to finish. Chest to floor burpees, shoot those legs out, press that chest on the floor, come up and jump. If you need to step these out instead, you can. Keep going, a couple more, and back on your feet. We are going to finish off with some jumping jacks. Yes, let's get those hands over those heads. Let's move on to twist jumps, twist that torso. You are so nearly done. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you very soon.